At Moneta, we believe in giving you the power to make a difference with your wealth, your legacy, and to focus on the things that really matter to you. That's why we're one of the only RIAs with our own dedicated Chief Philanthropy Officer. So Deb, a Chief Philanthropy Officer, what does that role mean?
Really unique and distinct opportunity to help our clients with something that's very important, we know, to them. They want to do philanthropy and they want to do impact investing and they want to do it in a way that aligns with their values. So Moneta is able to provide services that are value added. And as a Chief Philanthropy Officer, I meet with clients across the country and across the world to help them think about why. Why do they want to be philanthropic? And once we discern that, we can start thinking through what's purposeful for them, meaning what's deliberate, thoughtful, and well thought out in terms of their assets, and what's purpose-filled. It's the ampersand concept, the yes and. Being purposeful allows you to be deliberate. Being purpose-filled means it's meaningful.
And of course, that's so empowering for clients to know that they can make a difference in those specific areas. And we often work together because we think of it as a continuum. You can make a difference and an impact not only with your giving, but also with your investing. The way we approach things as investors, it's a very similar way to yours. We start with the universe of how you could possibly make a difference. We recognize that not everyone can affect every aspect of the universe or necessarily prioritize every value, but we help them to narrow that focus. I think you have a similar approach in the philanthropic side.
It's such a joy and such a privilege to be able to work with people who want to impact the world around them and help the community to thrive. The way we work is by doing a bit of a discovery process. We find out what's important to each family, and it will differ from family to family, from client to client. Once we've ascertained what's important based on their history and their interest in legacy giving and their aspirations for impact, we can figure out what values align with what opportunities and where their impact is going to make a difference. Some folks are really interested in geographic proximity. Others are global in their giving. We can help them come up with a plan that works.
And I love that word discovery, because I think often some clients come to us with a very clear idea as to where they want to make an impact. That might, for example, be around the environment. They may have religious beliefs that would like them to make an impact in that way. They may want to alleviate poverty, or they may want to invest in underdeveloped economies and in underdeveloped communities, in opportunity zones around us. So can you give us some examples of how a client maybe would be able to make an impact with their giving?
We have clients who care about specific issues and always have, and others who are newer to philanthropy, and we help them on that journey, right, to ascertaining what it means to be a donor and what it means to request impact reporting. But we have clients, for example, who care about early childhood education. They know that if you can intervene at that early stage in a child's life, when their brain's still developing, that you can change the trajectory of that child's life. So they fund immediate resources for early childhood education, and they may choose to intervene at that point in the continuum, the immediate, buying tricycles, buying healthy snacks for a local daycare center. Others care about capacity building and they want to intervene in a mid-range impact, so they want to help hire more teachers or grow the capacity of that institution to serve more children. Others are thinking farther into the future. They want to work on systems change, or they want to work on legislation that's going to change the nature of early childhood education, so they're going to fund advocacy and policy. All of those are wonderful, and some folks are they want to fund at every point on the continuum. Others are very focused on an immediate point in time. All of those are wonderful. They all help our community to thrive.
And I love that concept, because it really gets to the art of the possible.
That's right.
And the idea of abundance, that we don't have to necessarily carve up the pie. We can grow the pie.
That's
and
right.
When we work together, I think we speak about the continuum, whereby investments are one way that clients can make an impact. We focus, in our case, on the investment side, on a double bottom line approach. So we're looking not only to achieve a meaningful return, we don't necessarily want to sacrifice that, but we want to focus on investments where there is a double bottom line. For example, genuine impact can be seen and monitored in areas such as, say, the blue economy, if water is an area that's particularly important to our client base. And equally, we would want a meaningful return in that. When it comes to not necessarily requiring return, that's when we pass the baton to you. And from the philanthropic side, clients can think about the giving.
Every family is different and every client has different ideas about how they want to do it. We encourage giving while living to the extent possible. We think it's important to kick the tires on philanthropy, to learn as you go, and to engage in trust-based relationships with nonprofits, seeing them as your partner.
And that concept of learning as you go is certainly core to Moneta and our approach on the investment side too. And we have an impact hub referencing external resources. It really allows any client to go on there and dig deep into those issues that matter to them. We are keeping abreast of what's new. We are being critical, I think, as to perhaps what is not delivering as promised. And we can assure you that we are not setting it and forgetting it when it comes to an impact investment approach or a philanthropic approach.
And I think that customized approach, knowing that you have different people in the room every time you sit down to talk to clients, is really helpful and really important.
It is so empowering for us to be able to work with you, to know that we can address clients' needs across the spectrum, from investment all the way to giving, and to know that you're at the cutting edge of the nonprofit world, as well as the possible yes and how clients can make a difference.